Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast news segment with me, your host Imperial Dane, covering here again the fall balance preview with a few more changes to that one. For the Soviets, they're basically re-nerfing the Maxim again. Apparently now they made it a bit too good, so they're slightly nerfing the rate of fire at long range. The ISU's getting slightly less AoE, I think at mid-range. Something like that, specifically its AoE sort of becomes less likely to just wipe entire units. But that's not the big changes. The big changes is basically A, the Kubelwagen now has shared veterancy, meaning units around it actually give it experience, like the half-tracks. On the other hand, to sort of compensate for that though, its detection ability now immobilizes it, and you can't sort of switch it off right away, so you have to sort of be more careful how you use the Kubelwagen's detection ability. On the other hand, the Kubelwagen now probably has a chance of actually, hitting the higher levels of veterancy, which could actually mean the Kubelwagen could become sort of useful long term, so that's pretty good actually. That's pretty good actually, it should be interesting. Could potentially lead to some problems, but overall, for now, it seems overall a very positive change. The other big change, again, probably something I've asked for a long time, is further change to the mortar placement, but also to brace. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, they're finally touching brace. Specifically, they're changing the time period for how long it lasts from 30 seconds to 20 seconds, plus it no longer gives an armor bonus while braced down. It'll still reduce the damage, but it overall means, it's going to be, less like just, plasma shield, force field going up that lasts, half a minute, which during an engagement is a really large amount of time, so you have to be more careful with how you utilize it. And that also means you have to be more careful how you place and placement, particularly the mortar placement, which is further getting nerfed. It's becoming cheaper now, but on the other hand, it is pretty much losing all of its armor. It's getting more health to compensate for that, but overall, also it's becoming harder for armored vehicles to hit it anti-tank weapons. But overall, this means it becomes a lot more vulnerable to infantry, meaning you don't actually need to bring up your bloody pack track to take it out there. For example, Pioneers, Sturm Pioneers, Assault Grenadiers, all of these become all of a sudden very good counters to any player who relies too much on mortar placement in really suspicious places. So I think that's actually a pretty good change. Again, it becomes more, durable versus sort of bigger things, but versus smaller things, it actually becomes more vulnerable because now I can sort of be countered more things, and that overall will lead to them having to be more careful with how they place it down and giving overall the Axis players more options for actually countering. And in particular, the Orbital Command Vessels didn't always have the easiest way of dealing with it either. In particular, since they did not have access to flamethrowers. So I'm really positive about this change. I'm really positive about it. I think they'll do a lot there. For example, just also in 1 versus 1 maps. So I know this is for 3 versus 3 and 4 versus 4. But like on smaller 1 versus 1 maps, this change is huge. I mean, it really just changes the power dynamic of the mortar placement. Now it doesn't have as much range, but also, more importantly, it can actually be countered without again having to expose a lot of your more valuable equipment to try and kill it. So that is a big change. Big change, and I love it. So that's really sort of just one of the big things there, and I'm just really happy about it. Really happy. Also, smaller change to the Jackson. They seem to be really fitting about with it. Now has less accuracy, costs more, but now more health. So it's sort of almost back to the old Jackson, just slightly more expensive, really. So it's been really around the block as opposed to Jackson, but I guess that's sort of how you sort of find out if it's a good fit or not. Beyond that, though, there's not so much to report, but I will still say the Kubelwagen change is big, really big, and the mortar placement plus the brace change are themselves also really, really big. And again, those two actually have me really excited, so I'm looking forward to actually trying some of that and hopefully just seeing some matches with it, and also just hoping it makes it into the final fall balance patch, which should hopefully hit September. So this has been your share of Propagandacast news. Hope you liked it, and of course got some understanding of it. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on it. This is Imperial Dane. Cheers, and thank you all for watching. Bye.